Oh, what's up, Los Angeles? Are you guys petty? I'm petty. But I'm also a little fucking sweetie. But I'm also petty. Sometimes I can be petty mayonnaise, bitch. I was just thinking so fondly about the time that this flat earther told me that I was too young to understand why the earth is flat. But all I heard was, "You're very young." And I was like, "Thank you, Flat Daddy." Say it again, baby, one more time. So young, Flat Daddy. You guys are like, Kyrie Irving called you young? No, but for real, do you think when Kyrie Irving looks at a basketball, he sees a frisbee? Just kidding. It actually wasn't Kyrie Irving who said that to me, if you can believe it. It was actually Mark Sargent, the leader of the Flat Earth movement, who said this to me during a live Comedy Central taping. This is true. All my bits are true, unlike other comedians. But I just love the idea of a flat earther telling me, a genius, why my brain is too limited to understand why the earth is flat. I was like, "Mark, ever heard of satellite photography? Mark? I don't see any pictures of fucking frisbee planets. Mark? You think this shit is like the spinning coins in Mario Kart? Mark?" And then I said what had to have been the quickest, most incredible off-the-cuff question in case any of you guys ever face off against a flat earther. I said, "Mark." I said, "Mark?" I said, "Mark, Mark, 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 if your theory is correct, how come not one person in the entire history of our good planet has ever walked off the edge of the earth, Mark?" And then he said, "No, you young girl. You young, fresh, supple, nubile, young, fresh, supple, nubile, young girl. There's an ice barrier." I was like, "Oh, ice barrier. That must be what happens to a woman's pussy when they hear you say flat earth." You guys are like, "Who is this bitch?" She has the face of an angel and the voice of Chucky. People love to bring up my voice to me as if I don't know. They love to come up and tell me about my voice as if they are presenting new information. But I do this for a living. That'd be crazy if I didn't know. That'd be like if I walked up to a stripper and was like, hey, you dropped your clothes. Kids on TikTok are so fucking mean though, holy shit. Oh my God. Crowd, our youth is in pain. And they're taking it out on the big dog. As a matter of fact, if any of you TikTok teens are here tonight, say it to my motherfucking face, bitch. I hope I see you in these streets. You little keyboard warriors, square up. You know what this kid wrote? He said, she sounds like all the Rugrats at once. Now I have flaws, I do. I'm just like you, I do. I don't accept the idea of salad as a full meal. I don't pluck my nipple hairs. I don't. I'm tired. I don't black out when I drink, so I have to remember everything. I'm not attracted to John Goodman. But I think fake flaws are really funny. Like, we still do this shit in job interviews where we're like, what's your biggest flaw, weakness? As if anyone in the world has ever answered that question honestly. Everyone always just gives these cheese dick answers. They're like, oh, my biggest flaw? I'm just too organized. Oh, my biggest flaw? Sometimes I can just be a little too hard on myself. But I would love to just go in guns blazing. Oh, my biggest flaw, Frank? My biggest flaw is that shit on the floor. My biggest flaw is that shit on the floor in my place of work. Also, I procrastinate sometimes. Thanks so much for asking, Frank. You guys still support essential workers? Of course, I'm talking about the brave men and women who started an OnlyFans during the pandemic. And that was me. So you can bang your pots and pans now, bitch. No, it's not what you think. Don't get excited, pervs. Don't get excited, you little pervs. Don't get excited, you little sick perv. No. It all started, the way most things start, On Twitter. I don't know if you can tell. I like to have a little fun. Kind of a fun guy. So, One night, I was feeling a little bit wily, and I tweeted out, I said, hey, on OnlyFans, can you just do feet, or do you have to show a hole? Innocent, just trying to connect with my community. See what's happening out there in the culture, the zeitgeist. Now, I don't know why I tweeted that. Who can ever say what inspires an artist, but I swear to God on my life, I was just having fun. I had no idea the foot thing was real. No idea. I tweet that out, leave, come back, and then something crazy happens, crowd. 1 retweet, 2,000 retweets, 10,000 retweets, 50,000 retweets and counting. And I said, hey. Hey, what's going on here? What is going on here? What in tarnation is going on here? And I looked in those replies, and what I saw was disgusting. Men, as it turns out, are not well. I looked in those replies and I was like, I subscribe, bitch. I call your feet, bitch. I subscribe. So I knew I had to start an account immediately. I had an account within 45 minutes. My friends were like, did you use your real name? I said, yes. How the hell are these little pervs supposed to find me? But as many of you know, I'm an honest gal. So I wanted to be straight up from the jump. Honest. Because that's how you create longevity in business. By being an honest Abraham. So what I did, I made the title of my OnlyFans, Blair Socci, ankles down, no hole. Blair Socci, ankles down, no hole. Everybody's clear from the jump. My purse, my patrons, my unwell men. This page is clean as a whistle. Feet only, bitch. You want something whorish? You're gonna have to go to my Instagram. But all these men started subscribing. Money was raining down on me. It was crazy. I was ready to leave this shit behind like it never even happened. I was like, I didn't even know it could be this easy. All these men were subscribing. I don't know who they were. Maybe it was you. Or you. You were definitely in on the ground floor. But remember, this all happened within 45 minutes, so I was going in raw, bitch. These were unpedicured feet. I still had hair on my big toe. And I just cannot ever imagine purchasing something without viewing the product first. Men, as it turns out, not smart consumers. But I was having the time of my life. I was stepping on electronics. Oh, like I'm not gonna stomp a calculator for my guys. Oh, you gotta be out of your goddamn mind if you think I'm not stomping a calculator for my guys, okay? I stomped a bushel of bananas. I made that shit go splat. Turns out I'm a foot innovator. I stomped a pie. Oh, the purrs love when you stomp a pie. Oh, the purrs go nuts when you stomp a pie. The purrs go fucking berserk for a pie stomp. But then I got a horrible call. A call that will stay with me till my last dying breath. And it was my agents. They said, "Hello, Blair?" I said, "Hello." Agents. And they said, Blair, do you have an OnlyFans called Blair Socci ankles down, no hole? And I said yes, because I was verified as hell. And they said, oh, you have to take that down immediately because you auditioned for Disney. A lot. And casting directors are gonna think you're doing porn. And I said, oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. No, they will not think I'm doing porn because it says Blair Socci ankles down, no hole. No hole. No hole. Nobody's confused. Not Disney or my guys. So then I was forced at gunpoint to take it out, to take it down after 24 hours. I was robbed that day. I said, oh, I'm sorry, I've been doing my part to prevent school shooters in America. What have you guys been doing? Yeah, I would have done 100K in 3 months. Bella Thorne would have been crying because there's a new bitch in town. Now the only thing I have left is just to like randomly once in a while show my feet on my Instagram just to as a nod to my guys to be like, yeah, I miss you. I miss you. I see you. I'll never forget everything we shared. We were all robbed. Yeah, the pandemic was hard. But it was actually harder for me than everybody else because all my friends personally attacked me. I'm sorry, got married. I just didn't know we were doing that. I just didn't know we were doing that. 4 of my best friends who were not scheduled to get married before the pandemic suddenly got married out of nowhere. And now they're so cocky with their dating advice. All these COVID shotgun girls. They're so cocky with their dating advice, and it's like, bitch, you think I forgot when I dropped your ass off on Hollywood Boulevard to sleep with one of the Spider-Mans? You think your ring made me forget that? These hoes forget real quick, but I remember. Not when I get married, I just don't want to be forced to watch YouTube videos on a man's phone. And it seems to be like an either-or situation. No, marriage just didn't always look incredible to me. I mean, like, some of these dudes' Instagram anniversary posts, my God. You're the strongest woman I've ever known. What did you do to her, Kyle? No, it is nice getting older and looking for love, though, because you can be much more direct. You know, like, I was seeing this man, and he was like, Blair, I really just want you to open up to me and tell me what you want. Property. I want property in a saltwater pool. I'm happy to be more explicit. He was like, all you need to know about me is that Yale corrupted me and Goldman Sachs ruined me. I just day rate myself to save time. No, I used to have commitment issues, you know. I was really running. I used to have commitment issues. Not like has a 2-door car, afraid of commitment. You know, but I was running. I think I just had some experiences that made me scared. And also, you know, I have this problem where I just believe literally anything anyone tells me. And I like to see the best in people, you know? Like, I live by the Celebrity Center, Scientology Center in Hollywood. And every time I drive by, I go, no, bad, danger, drive, bad, keep going, drive, bitch. But then the other day, I saw a banner outside of it that said, double outdoor feature of Hocus Pocus and Hook. And I was like, you know what? That has some good ideas. Yeah, they do. No, but then, you know, there's also the issue that, like, attraction doesn't always equal compatibility or that the person is healthy for you. And so I don't sleep around because I'm too much of a sensitive sweetie. And it's not safe for us out here. You know, I can't do that because your brain could tell you that you want to date a nice dude who's nice to you, but then your pussy could just be like, we want that devil dick. We want that fucking twisted, devil ass dick. And then all of a sudden you're in deep shit. You're like, I'm tired of myself and my own choices. At this point, I need God. I need God and prayer because my pussy is writing checks that my soul cannot cash. If anybody knows the rescue team that saved those Chilean miners, we need them. No, I'm a good person. I just get confused sometimes with these dudes. You know, I'm a good person. Unless I hear someone read out loud too slowly. No, I'm a good person. I am. Like one time, both my sister-in-laws were skinnier than me when they were 9 months pregnant, and I still talk to them, so. I am a good person, I am. It's just confusing with these dudes, you know? Like gals, have you guys ever had dick so good you listen to a man talk about baseball? You're sitting there with your eyes glazed over. You've never been more bored in your entire life. And you're just like, holy shit, I gotta dig deep right now. The only thing getting me through this is knowing that I'm gonna play catcher later. They just never tell you in school that one day when you get older and you wanna have sex that you're gonna have to listen to a dude not shut the fuck up about baseball. I just feel like they should warn the little girls in school ahead of time. It could be beneficial to all parties. Like Mrs. Armstrong just pulls the little girls aside in health class, and she's like, look, girls. Not only are you gonna have to sit in a pool of your own blood once a month, and only make 70 cents on the dollar, but one day, when you wanna catch that pipe, you're gonna have to learn about a man named Albert Pujols and something called RBIs until you wish you were never born. Just kidding. I was first baseman on an all-boys team. This kid, Brett Everett, always used to burp in my fucking face. That was the first time I struck a man with a bat. Now, I don't want to be controversial, but I actually think that sports are a treacherous place for little girls. You know, like, I played volleyball against OJ's daughter growing up. Chill, I'm still alive. No, I did. I played volleyball against OJ's daughter growing up after he got out of jail the first time for murder. It was crazy. He came to like all the games for 2 years after. And I'll tell you what, it was wild being 10 years old and seeing him on the sidelines. Because sometimes after I would score, I'd just look over at him and be like, wow, we're both killers. Now, I did just have a breakup a little while ago. It's okay, he liked MMA. But you know when you have a breakup, everything becomes like a breakup song or like a breakup shampoo. I was in the shower using Pantene Repair and Shine. And on the bottle it said, repairs damage of up to 6 months in one use. And I was like, yeah, right, Pantene. The only thing that can repair the damage of the last 6 months in one use is a coat hanger and a Kesha album. Thank you so much. Now, rude dudes are out, cozy guys are in. Rude dudes are out, cozy guys are in. Cause I'm a little cozy sweetie. And I need a cozy, kind man with large, rough hands who gives me back scratchies for days. Back scratchies till my back looks like it got a chemical peel. I just want to sit in the lap of this thick-thighed man and eat kettle chips till my mouth bleeds. I just want to sit in the lap of this tree-trunk-thighed man and eat chips that cause oral injury and harm. I just want to sit in the lap of this huge-bodied man while he feeds me spicy rigatoni until I see God. Until I see the ghost of my recently deceased grandma who told me to stop saying pussy on stage. No, I'm ready for my soulmate. I'm tired of running. I want to get old. I want to do old people shit. I'm tired. I'm ready for my soulmate. I love old people shit. I love a bench. I love to sit down. I want to do old people things like sit and eat sausages and yogurt. I hate loud music. I love radicchio. Let's die together, bitch. No, I need a kind man. I need a man so kind, he makes Mr. Rogers look like the fucking Unabomber. I need a man so kind, he makes Winnie the Pooh look like Cocaine Bear. I need a man so kind, he makes Cliff Huxtable look like Bill Cosby. Now, I trained my ex-boyfriend to tell me I'm skinny. I used a gun. It was so easy to get a gun. No, I can never be stick thin because I'm a little hungry boy. I'm a little hungry boy. I want to eat like an underweight high school football player. I want to eat like the Lost Boys in Hook when Pan comes back. I hate when people say, eat to live, don't live to eat. It's like, shut up, bitch. French fries are incredible. They're like a drug that won't make you lose your mortgage and 2 kids. Shoestring fries are bullshit, though. I hate a shoestring. You guys? Yeah, I hate them. Oh, you want to demean me? You want to degrade me? You want to humiliate me into putting a whole handful of fries into my mouth just to get the equivalent of 1 regular fry? Please. I just don't think I can relate to you unless you like to unwind by blasting a rotisserie chicken over a trash can. That's sort of how I like to take a load off. I like to hunch over in private and do my little chicken shoveling raccoon private soothing in private. But I sort of just live in fear of somebody rolling up on me while I'm doing my private soothing. Because I could just do something drastic that I can't take back. I would rather a man look directly into my butthole. Then catch me eating a rotisserie chicken in private. I would rather piss my gray sweatpants in front of my entire high school again. Than have a man catch me eating a rotis in private. Look, all I'm saying is we've gone too far with oat milk. What are we gonna milk next? Wood chips? Drywall? You people are sick. You're sick. This shit is awful. It tastes like a broom closet. Oh, Los Angeles. I know you guys rail oat milk, you sickos. It's disgusting. It's a horrible milk replacement. A con artist, really. It's sort of like when the dude with the same name as my ex-boyfriend hits on me. It's like, oh, okay. Nice try coming back in a different body, dude. I know what you're doing, you wicked shapeshifter. Please, think I was born yesterday? Think again, bitch. Nah, I hate the word yummy. I hate the word yummy. Ugh. I just go straight to like fascist PTA mom who's lost all her sexuality. Oh, this oat milk is so yummy. Oh, the oat milk is so yummy. You're fake, Peggy. Let go of the reins, you power-hungry bitch. I know your family covered up your drunk driving murder. Are you fucking animals still eating Triscuits over wheat thins? I know you are. I traveled this whole country, pulling everyone, and you're all eating Triscuits over wheat thins. Yeah, you're sick. You're sick, and you need God. You do, yeah. Triscuits over wheat thins. Oh, Triscuits! Triscuits! Sure. If I wanted a mouthful of hay, I would go to a dance table. Oh, Triscuits, sure. If I wanted my mouth mutilated by flavorless debris, I would go blow a tumbleweed. Oh, Triscuits, sure. People say, Blair, melt some pepper jack cheese on it. Oh, really? I would eat melted cheese on a pile of shit, okay? Happily, I would. Melted cheese is incredible. I'd eat it on anything. I'd choke down barbed wire with melted cheese on it. What I have to say to you sickos is why don't you reach inside yourselves and summon the self-esteem to choose a standalone quality cracker. sure. If I was dying on a raft and there was only one Triscuit, I wouldn't be able to eat it because I'd immediately die of thirst on impact. Triscuits, sure. If I wanted a Triscuit, I'd empty a paper shredder into my mouth. Fuck. What? You guys are the ones out here raw dogging Triscuits? My God. Sometimes people come up to me because they want to try and get cheeky with the big dog. And they'll be like, but Blair, have you tried the triangle once? Have you tried the olive tapenade rosemary Triscuits? I'm like, do you hear yourself right now? You sound like you're talking about the good times with an abusive boyfriend. You guys have been an amazing audience. Thank you guys so much.
Petrified of them. The spider that freaks me out the most, this might surprise you, it's not the tarantula, it's not the black widow, it's the daddy longlegs. Yes, right? If you don't know what a daddy longlegs is, it's like a pencil eraser with a bunch of like spindly fucks coming out of it, you know? Like, like no. No, that bug's a pig. And someone told me the other day that I told them that I was afraid of daddy longlegs spiders. And she goes, oh, well, actually, a daddy longlegs spider is harmless to human beings because its fangs are not strong enough to pierce human skin. And to that I said, oh, do not fucking talk to me like that. Don't speak to me that way. Its fangs are not strong enough. Like, socialize yourself. Go outside. What are we doing? Take that fang talk with you. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. And if you get nothing out of my set tonight, this is very important. She was wrong. She was very wrong. A daddy longlegs is not harmless to human beings because no animal is harmless to humans if he makes you call him daddy. Ah, yeah, look at daddy's long legs. Oh, God. Kill it. Smush that pervert. We can't have it. Some more personal news, everybody. I got married a couple months ago. Thank you so much. Thank you. Do we see her? Huh? Got married to a human woman. Who's alive and well. In that order. Got married, and my wedding night, best night of my entire life. The morning after, worst morning of my entire life. Baby was hungover. I'm baby. I wake up, turn to my wife, and I go, I feel like a bag of trash. Do you have anything I can take? And she goes, nothing. And I said, nothing! And I realize that voice doesn't scream provider. Doesn't even whisper provider, to be completely honest. So I asked if she had anything, she said nothing, and I go, Baka! So she's supportive. She starts going through her bag, and she pulls out these pills, and she goes, I have Midol. And I said, what is that? It sounds efficient, right? You know? Midol, it sounds strong, like for guys. And she told me what it did, and it's for, if you don't know what mitol is, it's what women take when they're experiencing premenstrual, you know, nervous, I just got premenstrual symptoms. And I said, beggars can't be choosers. What are these symptoms? And she's looking at the back of the box and she goes, all right, well, these help with cramps. And my tummy was a disaster. I was like, I have terrible cramps. What else does it do? And she goes, it also helps with bloating. And I said, I'm in my 30s and I ate dinner after 6:30 last night. I'm pretty bloated right now. We're 2 for 2. The drug's incredible. What else does it do? And then she said, oh, and this version actually helps with headaches. And I go, give it to me! I took 2 mitols, and I have never, ever felt so good in my entire life. So now I just take mitol. I take it all the time. I'm on 4 right now, and I'm glowing, Daddy. I have an aura. Being married means I'm a team player now. Team player over here, team player. Thank you. So when my wife asked me to go on a ghost tour of a Revolutionary War fort, I said yes, even though that sounds like shit. Fuck would I want to do that? Terrible idea. Yeah, put me next to scare me people. You know who I'm talking about. Life's not horrifying enough for you. You gotta go, why go to a haunted house when you live in a haunted world? But fine. I went. I was dreading it. And it ended up being, after my wedding night, the second best night of my entire life. Because the tour guide was what is the term? A fucking asshole. Every time he mentioned something scary or supernatural, he immediately debunked it with a perfectly logical explanation as to what had really happened. So I meet the tour guide, we're there, it's very dark out, and this guy, he's got a 3-cornered hat on, big ass, bushy fucking mustache. This guy's like 6'5", 370, he's a mountain of a man, sword on his hip. If walruses had a navy, he would be an admiral. He'd be a full bird admiral in the walrus navy. It's the craziest sentence I've ever said. So we get to the first stop on the tour, and the guy goes, all right, everybody, gather around. Now, if you gaze across this fort, what do you see? Nothing but green grass everywhere. However, if you look at this 1 2-foot by 4-foot rectangle, you don't see any grass at all. And as a matter of fact, grass stopped growing here, legend says, right after the final execution was carried out here in this very location. It's almost as if the grass is too haunted to grow here. Or perhaps no grass grows here because it is the lowest point of the fort. And whenever it rains, all the water congregates in this 1 2-foot by 4-foot rectangle, rendering it impervious to seed. Is it a ghost? Or is it science? Who's to say? And people are confused. This is not what they signed up for. I'm thrilled. This is what I signed up for. I didn't know it yet, but it was. So the tour continues, and we get to the next stop on the tour, and the guy goes, all right, everybody, gather around, congregate. Now, I need everybody here to be quiet. What is that sound you hear? What is that sound? Listen up, what's that sound? That's right, silence. Can't hear nothing. However, multiple times over the year, we have our guests stay overnight here at the fort. We do a little camp out. And multiple times at 4 o'clock in the morning, our guests have heard a loud shrieking noise break out throughout the fort. A sound reminiscent of Mrs. Fredrickson when she found out that her husband, Colonel Fredrickson, the master of the fort, was beheaded by a cannonball in battle. And she was so upset, she hurled her body off the parapets of the fort, screaming all the way down until her body crashed into the ground, and she died. They say that noise was her ghost. Or perhaps that noise happens because we're in an area native to the northeastern red fox. And their mating season is late October, early November. Oh, I don't know, right around the time of this tour right now. And the female northeastern red fox's mating call is eerily similar to that of a bereaved woman. Is it a ghost? Is it a horny fox? Who's to say? And I have pissed my pants laughing. I'm with urine. People are furious. There was a lady on her phone looking up a refund for the tour that she was currently on. So we get to the final stop on the tour, and we go to what I believe was the old blacksmith shop. And this part was actually legitimately creepy. This part creeped me out. So we walk through this kind of a makeshift entrance, and there's like candle light, flickering on the walls. You hear the howling of the wind. It was sinister in there. And the tour guy goes, all right, everybody, circle up. Now, you might notice that we walk through a little makeshift entrance. That's because that main door, it's not stuck, but it would take many a strong man to open up that door. However, every once in a while when we're closing up for the night, we have multiple tour guides report that they see that door wide open. It's almost as if the ghost of the blacksmith, who literally cooked alive in this very location, swung that door open to get one more breath before he passes on to the other side. Perhaps it was his ghost that opened up that heavy door there. Or perhaps that door's open because we're 1.5 miles away from the airport. And when those big old military planes take off, they create a sort of suction. A suction, I don't know, strong enough to open up that big old door over there? Who's to say? And this woman snaps. She goes, God damn it!
Sir, how long have you been giving tours at this fort?
20 years.
In your 2 decades giving tour at this fort, have you ever seen a ghost? Have you ever seen one ghost?
My guy goes, Madam, I have noticed in my life that there is a direct correlation between one's level of education and whether or not they see ghosts. a PhD, so no, I've never seen a ghost. I'll pass that on to him. My wife and I, we got married later in the day, so we got to spend the morning together. Often the bride, they have to get like whisked off to hair and makeup, and it's pretty immediate, but we actually were able to have a nice morning together. So we were able to kind of look back on the history of our relationship, the chronology of it, and we started reminiscing, and we were telling each other a story about the last date that we went on before we met each other. And this is my story. So, side note, I carry mints on me all the time. I think bad breath is inappropriate. So I have mints on me constantly, sometimes just loose in my pockets. I'm fun. And last date that I went on before I met my wife, I was walking into the restaurant and I met this girl and she was very nice. And we're walking in and then I noticed, and also side note, my wife, I love a lot of things about her. She's beautiful. She has a great sense of humor. By that, I mean she finds me funny. So very important. Sense of humor, very important to me. Fragile ego. So I'm walking into the restaurant with this girl, last date I went on before I met my wife, and I noticed that my shoe was untied. So I go to bend over to tie my shoe, and then 30 loose white mints come cascading out of my shirt onto the ground. And I panicked. I'm like, I gotta say something funny. So I just go, my teeth! No laughs. No laughs at all. I was like, we shouldn't even do this, right? She goes, no, we should not. Good luck. And she was an Uber. My teeth. So I've been living in Los Angeles for the past 10 years, and I just moved back to my hometown of Philadelphia. And being back, also, a lot of memories have been coming back to me since I've been back. And I was driving by my middle school the other day, and this memory came back where, I don't know if this ever happened to you, but you remember something that you witnessed when you were a kid, and at the time it seemed totally normal because you're a child, you don't have perspective. And then you look back on it as an adult, and you were like, wait, what the fuck was that? Like, what was that behavior? Yes. Yes? Yes? Yes. Yes. Okay, this has to stop. So, thank you. Thank you. Holy shit. This is pure alcohol. This is hand sanitizer. I drink hand sanitizer when I'm on stage. So this happened to me. I was driving by my middle school, and this was a memory from 6th grade, where my 6th grade teacher, she was our Spanish teacher, and she would like make the white kids change their first names to Hispanic names. What was that? Does it help you learn? It's like, okay, so I'm a Jose now? I don't understand. I'm going through puberty. I have enough of an identity crisis as it is. But my best friend Jeff, he didn't play ball. On his name tag, he wrote Mr. Goodbar. Like the candy bar. And here's the memory. My teacher sees it, and she lost her mind. And she goes, "You can't call yourself Mr. Goodbar!" And he goes, "Why not?" And she goes, "Because Mr. Goodbar is a porn star!" And I'm like, there's no way I'm remembering that correctly. So I looked it up. And it turns out Mr. Goodbar was a very famous porn star in the 80s. But we didn't know that. Because we were 11 fucking years old. Senorita Pregunta. If I may, one Pregunta. OCD say too horny to teach? How do you say that? Living in Philadelphia means I have mice in my home. It comes with the deed. And on the lease, it's my wife and I and 17 mice. You're gonna roll your eyes at this, but my wife and I were animal lovers, so we don't have the traps that kill the mice. Thank you. But we have the traps that trap the mice, and then you drive them 7.5 miles away because apparently someone drove them 7 and they came back. One of the most degrading trial and error situations, I would imagine. So you rehome them. You rehome the mice. That's what you do. And it's weird. I've been working my entire life to become a professional stand-up comedian, and now it turns out I'm just an Uber for varmints. That's what I put on my taxes. Uber for varmints. I have 20,000 dependents spread throughout the city. They say it's the humane thing to do, though, not to kill them. What they don't tell you is how fucking weird you look when you drive into a random neighborhood, get out of your car, and then just release mice into it. Be free! I did the other day while a school was getting out, and this little girl turns to her dad, and she goes, "Oh my God, Daddy, is that a wizard?" Because no, he's more of a male witch if you get to know him, actually. That's more of his vibe. I've been going down to this place called the Jersey Shore a lot since I moved back to the East Coast. If you don't know what it is, it's like the beach where people from Philly and New York go. And there's a place in particular that I've been going. It's called Ocean City, New Jersey. And yes. And I've been going, like, that's going to have to be cut out, what I just did. We can't have it. They blur it out, you know, it's so fucking humiliating. Like, my apologies to the editor of this special. I apologize. So I've been going down to Ocean City, New Jersey a lot, and they had this issue where this is a real thing. Seagulls were dive bombing people on the boardwalk, and they were knocking food out of their hands and knocking hats off ladies' heads. So the local government in Ocean City, New Jersey, their solution to this, after much deliberation, was to hire a birds of prey company to release hawks into the air to go to war with the seabirds. What the fuck? That was your solution? And one of my favorite things to witness in life is this thing that I call the I fucked up at work walk, where you messed up at your job and you have to tell your boss, and you're not going to get fired, but he's going to be a real piece of shit about it. So you're kind of just trudging, you know, like you're fucking bummed out. And I saw a guy doing that on the boardwalk, and I will paint a colorful description as to what this man looked like. In his one hand, he had a little hood. How little? You might be wondering? A hood so little it would fit perfectly on a hawk's head. And on his other hand, he had a big, scary, thick leather glove going up to his shoulder. And this next part, I feel like I actually don't have to say because you're probably already picturing it in your head, but just in case I'm missing some people, long gray ponytail down his back. You saw it? We saw it. We all saw it. And this guy's trudging, and he goes up to his boss, who looked exactly like him, except his long gray ponytail was like 6 inches longer, you know, to show rank. excuse me. And our first guy, he goes up to his boss and goes, I messed up! And his boss goes, what happened? And he goes, I lost a bird! And his boss goes, how do you lose a bird? And I go, may I interject? It's a bird. I would imagine, is it the wings? Did it use its wings? Its God-given wings? Oh, okay, it flew away, you fucking idiot. That's how... I'm not a business expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I would imagine part of the risk assessment when you open up a hawk company. Some of them are gonna fly away. They're gonna fly away. Hey, you lose a bird. Oh my God, it hit me over the head with a fish, stole my iPhone, hailed an Uber, and drove away. Ugh. Immediately after our wedding, my wife and I, we went to our honeymoon. So we did it the day after. We didn't want any time to elapse. We wanted to ride it out. And we saved up some money and we went to Portugal. And we were flying out of Newark International Airport and we're in the line to board the plane. And then all of a sudden, so there's people from all over the world there. It was a very busy terminal. And then a voice comes over the loudspeaker and I just hear, boop. Yeah, we are very, very sorry. This is a very dirty airplane. This fly from Newark to the Lisbon, it is a very, very dirty airplane. So we have dirt in the aisles, and we have oil in the carpets. So we have had to recall the cleaning crew for a second time to clean this dirty airplane. It is not fit for the skies. So we have recalled the cleaning crew for a second time. We apologize for the inconvenience. It will be delayed for 20 minutes. Boop. And I look at my wife, I'm like, I fly a lot for work. I've never had a plane not take off because it was too dirty. But okay, we were still riding off the high of our wedding. We were so excited, it wasn't gonna bum us out or anything. Then 20 minutes later, we hear, boop. Yeah, this is a very, very, very dirty airplane. There is gum in the armrests. So we have had to recall the cleaning crew for a third time. We apologize for inconvenience. This flight has been delayed another 20 minutes. We apologize for inconvenience. Boop. And I'm like, how dirty is this fucking plane? What happened in there? What is going on? And then for the first time, I saw my wife's spirits start to dip, which really broke my heart because it was really important for me for her to have an amazing honeymoon. So to cheer her up, I started making fake announcements in the line in that guy's voice as to why the plane was too dirty to take off. Boop. Yeah, this is a dirty, naughty, filthy, dirty little airplane. This is a nasty bird. There are rats. This plane has been overcome by rats. They are massive rats, nutria rats. So we have had to arm the cleaning crew with rifles to take out, to shoot these rats on sight, execute the rats. So we apologize for inconvenience. We must grab the rifles, arm the cleaning crew. They have been recalled and commissioned into service for a fifth time. We apologize for inconvenience. This flight has been delayed 20 minutes. Boop. Boop. Oh, fuck me. Okay, shit. Do not shoot the messenger, and I am saying that to the cleaning crew because they are armed right now. These rats have built a fuck in the doorway to... I apologize. What is the American word for sticks in big wall? I'm sorry, a dam, not a fuck. I apologize. Okay. They've built a dam, and we have actually executed the rats, but we have also identified the rats' food source. The previous flight was filled with people with the celiac disease. And as a courtesy to the celiacs, we passed out the Nutrigrain gluten-free Nutrigrain bars.
Now, you know how crummy the normal Nutrigrain bars are? Well, you use the almond flour in those suckers, and they are fuck-ass crumbs. They suck a dick with my ass, they are filled with crumbs. So, we have had to recall the cleaning crew for a 6th time. We apologize for inconvenience, despite having delayed another 20 minutes. Boop. Boop. Okay. Okay, so crazy development. The plane is clean. That is the good news. The bad news, we have a pedophile ghost in the bathroom. Now, you might be wondering, how does pedophile ghosts get locked in the bathroom? That is a great question. We have great answers. So, there was a flight in 2017 going from Newark International Airport to the Austin International Airport, Bergstrom. And the flight had to make an emergency air landing, excuse me, it's English as a second language. And it made an emergency landing in the Orlando, Florida airport. And upon finding out that they were landing at Disney World, the perverts had a heart attack and died in the bathroom. So we have had to call in a shaman, a shop person, and be we are very progressive on these airplanes. It is a shop person. We have called them in from the Shreveport, Louisiana, and unfortunately we do have no direct flight, so this shop person will not get here until tomorrow, and by then the plane will be damned, so we must bury the plane underneath 500 feet of sand. We apologize for the inconvenience, this flight has been canceled.
Ooh, that's strong water. Fuck. Who needs it? Somebody clean. No, I'm kidding. All right. I'll clean it up. Now, I know a lot of you are looking at me and you're like, that's the perfect male physique. I know. But never meet your heroes, because it turns out I actually have a bad back. I'm sorry to break your hearts. It's not perfect up here. I have a bad back, which is bullshit, by the way. Like, I'm getting older, but I'm not bad back old yet, you know? Like, I feel like the warranty on a back should be 35 years. I feel like I should be able to take my back back to the back store and go, excuse me, I have 1 year left on this bad girl. And then they'd look into my file and be like, yeah, sometimes it says that you like to get drunk and drop the back down the steps. And I'd be like, whoa, okay. Once. Twice, 3, okay, I get it. Warranty's been voided. But when I moved from Los Angeles across the country to Philly, I needed to get a new back doctor. So I found one, and I was being onboarded into the system by the nurse, and she asked me how I hurt my back. So I answered, honestly, my parents live in Charleston, South Carolina, where barbecue's massive. So their neighbor needed help lifting his smoker into his truck. So when I bent down and lifted it up, my back went out. So I told her what happened. I said, I hurt my back lifting a smoker into a truck. And then she goes, oh, and did you know the smoker? I was like, it was their neighbor's smoker. And she goes, okay, the smoker was your neighbor. And then I also have one more question. I go, hold on. When I said I hurt my back lifting a smoker into a truck, did you think I meant I hurt my back lifting someone who smokes? Nobody talks like that. Why would I bring up his addiction? Blake, how'd you hurt your back? I was carrying an alcoholic up the steps, actually. Went out, yeah. Me and Peter, we're not okay. So, I've been trying to be more efficient in general. So I've been looking up these productivity blog things, and I researched something called a coffee nap, which is, if you don't know what a coffee nap is, it's a real thing where before you take a nap, you chug a cup of coffee really quick. And when you wake up 20 minutes later, the caffeine simultaneously hits your bloodstream and you're up and you're ready to go. Because that's how you want to wake up. You don't want to ease into your day. You want to go from nice dream world to... But if that's efficient, I can get over that part. What I can't get over is this part of the bargain, is who the fuck can just fall asleep right away? I don't know about the rest of you, but before I go to sleep, I like to second guess every decision I've ever made. In my goddamn life. That's how I rest. Before I go to sleep, I'm like, oh God, does she love me as much as I love her? Did I lock the front door? Do we even have a front door? Oh God, I spent $500,000 on college. I'm a glorified clown. Okay. Oh, God, is that what my laugh sounds like? My wife and I, we have a dog named Ollie, who is the best thing on earth. I love him. He's incredible. He's 40 pounds, part Australian cattle dog, part whippet, part beagle, whole adorable. It's insane how cute this dog is. I wish he was here. I love him so much. But whenever I take Ollie for a walk, whenever he sees another dog, he gets really afraid of other dogs on his walks, where he'll get down on his little belly and look over his cute little paws and start shaking. And it breaks my heart because I love him so much. And I've always thought, geez, why does Ollie get so afraid of other dogs on his walks? And then it occurred to me, I was like, oh, if other human beings treated me on my walks the way that other dogs treat my dog on his walks, yeah, I'd hate walks too. If I was walking down the sidewalk and then some man missing patches of hair on his head with a tooth going in a direction that doesn't exist charged me and was like, I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna fucking kill you! I'd be like, But if I kept walking down the sidewalk, I'd turn a corner, and then there's just a massive guy standing there, 4 times my size, going, I hate you! I hate you! I'd be like, oh no! And if I turn another corner, and then there's a tiny guy standing there, 1/4 my size, with an attitude, just going, die! 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 Fuck that. Is that what walks are? Don't mind if I don't. No. My wife and I, for Christmas, we got professional photos taken of our dog, Ollie, because we're pieces of shit. That's who does it. It's white men named Blake and their wives. We get the photos back. He looks so cute, so adorable. He's got a big elf hat on, like a comically large bow tie. They put him in a candy cane forest. And I'm like, this is the cutest thing I've... And then I look closer at the photo and I go, oh my God. And then I asked my wife to come in, and I go, did you see this? And she looks, and she almost vomited. She goes, oh my God. The photographer had took it upon themselves to edit my dog's penis out of the picture. An important note, we didn't ask them to do that. I think that's an important thing. We didn't choose that package. Quiet. Sorry. That will also have to be cut out. Why would they do that? Why would you edit? Why would they do that? I don't understand. See how fucking frazzled I am right now? I'm just thinking about it. And what was I supposed to do? Go back to the studio and go, you put my dog's pee-pee back in this picture right now. Then I'm the weird one. Like, why do you care so much, you know? There's other guys with the same issue, you know, a bunch of people holding their messed up photos. Like there's a big guy there being, oh, I used to have a Great Dane. This is an okay Dane at best. I am a big Philadelphia sports fan, and because why be happy? Why enjoy your life? And I was in between tour dates and writing jobs recently, so I got a little bored and I got really crafty. So I went online and went online. I sounded like 1,000 years old. I went to the eBay portion of online. I have a password and everything. And I bought this cool, like, 1980s retro Philadelphia Eagles patch from, like, the Dick Vermeil era. And then I went on RalphLauren.com. It's been a good year. And bought a white polo shirt. And when the two things arrived, I hand-stitched the patch over the horse on the polo shirt to make a really cool, like, 1980s Coach-looking shirt. It's really cool. It's really cool. It's really cool. The shirt's cool. It's a really cool shirt. So I got a writing job, thank God. I show up to work the first day, and what else was I going to wear but the really, really, really cool shirt that I made? So I show up in this awesome shirt, and I meet my boss, and it turns out he was from the Philadelphia area. He was a big fan, too, and he goes, hey, man, I love your shirt. Where did you buy it? And I go... Buy it? I made it. And he goes, okay, and just walked away. Which is not the reaction I was looking for. It's a really cool shirt. It was such a cool shirt. You'll see it. You'll all see it. It's a great shirt. It's a fucking great shirt. So a little while later, I'm working, and then my boss thought I was out of earshot. And I hear him say to my other boss, he goes, you know, Blake makes his own clothes. I'm like, well, now it sounds sad. It sounds like I'm not doing well, you know? It was such a cool shirt. I don't understand what's happening right now. I do love being back on the East Coast, and one big reason is because I'm near family now. And my brother, while I was living in LA, he had my niece, his daughter Sophia, and she's adorable, she's 4 years old, but I've missed most of her life because I was living on the West Coast. So I've made a big point as an uncle to spend more time with my niece, Sophia. And Sophia has a favorite show, it's on Netflix, called Spirit. It's like a cartoon horse, and she has a favorite toy. It's a stuffed animal horse that she calls Spirit. And we were in a grocery store the other day, and Sophia was acting up. It was me, my brother, Sophia, and she's running up and down the aisles, grabbing things off the shelves, throwing them on the ground, screaming, all the while holding her stuffed animal horse Spirit in her hand. And my brother had a moment of weakness as a parent, and he screamed at her. He shamed her in front of the whole grocery store, which is not funny. But what is funny is what he yelled. So he gets down on her level, and he goes, Sophia! If you don't start behaving right now, I'm gonna take away your spirit! And nobody in the grocery store knows who Spirit the horse is. They just see a grown man threatening to rip the soul out of an adorable little girl. There was a guy 6 aisles away. I just hear him go, Jesus fucking Christ! Now, I know earlier when I said if you get nothing else out of the set, take this away about the daddy thing. I would like to amend that. So I see a lot of us are around the same age, you know, like 30s, 40s, but I did see some younger people come in here, people in their early 20s. So this piece of advice is for them. The rest of us, you're going to be like, obviously. But this is for the younger people. Don't live with a stranger. Don't do it. Do not do that. And I speak from experience. I've lived with a stranger twice. The most recent time was before I moved in with my now wife. My roommate and I, our third roommate, suddenly moved out. So we had to find a new one quickly, and we went on this thing called Craigslist. And if you don't know what Craigslist is, a guy named Craig made a list of perverts that you can live with. He put it on the internet, don't go near it. And I should have known better because I had lived with a stranger before that, where when I was in college, if you've never been to college, what they do, if you don't know anyone there your freshman year, they match you up with a random person to live with, which is strange because you're not living in a mansion, you're sleeping 2.5 inches away from this person. Just because we're young doesn't mean it's okay, you know? And I went to school in Boston. I went to this school called Emerson College. And if you don't know what Emerson College is, it's a private institution for gay Jews. They put it in Boston. It's accredited. So went to Emerson. And I didn't know anybody at that school, so I got matched up to live with a random person. And I get there, and I was super nervous. I had never lived out of my hometown before. I was moving up to a city I've never lived in. And I meet my roommate. His name was Ryan. Still is. There wasn't a rebrand. I meet Ryan, and it turns out Ryan is awesome. He loves comedy, he loves sports. We had so much in common, and we had an amazing first day together. And we go to bed that first night. I turn to Ryan and I go, "Hey man, I was really nervous about meeting my roommate here, and I just want to let you know I couldn't be happier that it's you." And he goes, "Yeah, dude, it's going to be a great year." Then halfway through the night, Ryan had something called a night terror. And if you're like me at the time and you don't know what a night terror is when you sleep in such a scary way, you terrify the night. Medically speaking, that's what it is. So I'm not sleeping soundly. I'm in a new bed, you know, and then halfway through the night, I turn in time to see Ryan raise up out of his bed like the Undertaker out of a fucking coffin. And he looks at me with his dead eyes and starts screaming, "There's a baby! There's a fucking baby!" And I was like, "What is that? What?" Because I didn't know what a night terror was. I'm from a good home. And he is screaming over and over and over again, "There's a baby! There's a fucking baby!" And I go, "Let's get it!" And I just threw my blanket in a general direction. Because I didn't want to come off as a square, you know? Like, let's get that baby, daddy. And he is screaming over and over again. I cannot emphasize this enough. "There's a baby! There's a baby!" And I remember just subconsciously bringing my leggies up onto the bed because I was like, does the baby bite ankles? What does it eat? Is it ankles? And then Ryan, he's up now. He stares at the wall for 10 seconds in dead silence, which is so long. And then his head snaps back at me. And he screamed the 5 scariest words anyone's ever screamed at another person. And he screamed them at me. He goes, "The baby's under your bed!" And I go, "No, no." And Ryan rushes me, runs up to the bed, lifts it up with me in it, uses his legs, not his back. He's not a fucking idiot. Then I roll out of the bed like a sack of bricks. He drops the bed, turns back to his bed, shuffles over, gets in, pulls up the coveys, and goes to sleep. And I'm crying. I'm sobbing in a way where I'm wet for some reason. Don't know what that is. Is it tears? Is it sweat? Is it urine? We'll figure it out another time. There's no time. There's babies afoot. And I don't go back to bed after that. That's the end of sleep for me. That's over with. Good Lord, is that what sleep looks like? Ryan wakes up the next day, and he looks rested. He looks insultingly rested. And he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, brother, how'd you sleep?" "Not good, dude. I didn't sleep good at all." And he was like, "Oh, why? Was it like the sounds of the city, like traffic?" And I go, "No." It was the baby? The baby? It was under my bed? And he goes, "Dude, you sound crazy." And I go, "Oh." So I rushed him. Rye guy's an agile little fuck, so he got out of the room. And this just white cheddar fucking snitch goes to the head of housing. And told the head of housing that he didn't feel safe living with me anymore. Because I scream about babies and such. The bad news, nobody wanted to live with me after that. Nobody. But the good news is I got the room to myself for the rest of the year. Thank you so much. Thank you. The baby stayed.